guys, we're back with the top 8, where we have Søren Becker with his pretty interesting
Yeah, 60
6
card
card
BAs.
PA against Dean Chibani, which should play Metalfosu, also 60 card version. As you can see in the bracket, Joscha Schmidt, Joscha Osters, Tom Virguts, all people that we already saw in the stream are still in. We have Kantari against Jan Oliver Gross. I think also playing Metalfoe mirror match. Joscha Schmidt is going to play against Sergio Baez. Not sure about Sergio's deck, but we'll get it pretty soon. And we have Spiral Zoo against Minerva. So
yeah, that's
quite interesting matchups.
Yes.
So I think
the players should be almost ready there.
So yeah, I think we could start with our top 8 feature match. Okay, so we see the grass looks greener in Søren's hand.
The question is, how many cards does Dean play in his main deck? Is he able
Pretty sure it's 60, or it looks at least like that.
I think he knows that, and this is why he's already opening directly with the Terror Top.
I mean, I would, even if he would play 40 cards, I would still use Terror Top first to get a Teketenborg and not letting the chance happen that Teketenborg is milled by that grass.
Yeah. Because now he's even thinning out his deck even more, so if he's like playing 55 cards or something, grass will be just milling like 1 to 2 cards.
Yeah.
It's not that much. Especially when he's hitting some BAs, which Terror Top will then block again from being special summoned.
So it goes into Dante.
I think, yeah, that's fair enough.
Sticking around for almost 3 years now.
Yes.
And always, or almost always, with kind of huge success.
And that's a Barbar, which is right now not that useful. He does not have any other BAs in his graveyard. What does he have in his hand? I saw Mirror Force of Fiend Griefing. Does he have another BA to make Beatrice? Or
I thought he has a Scarm, but I'm not sure on that.
Because now it would be, I think, a good moment to search.
Okay. It wasn't Scarm, so...
And it's not Scarm.
Yes, Fiend Griefing face down.
We see a Baobabun going down.
Pretty good card.
Fiend Griefing, I don't know how much it does against Metal Foes except the fusion. Okay. Shuffling back.
So, Dean drew the fusion substitute, which he is shuffling back immediately again. Then we have the scale. Going to destroy Baobabun. And there's the Maxi.
Okay, is he gonna take the Maxi challenge now?
Don't think so. There's no reason. Like, he can just summon the 2 Baobabuns to give himself another turn, and especially he can search with Metalfoe scale counter exactly to ensure to survive next turn.
Also, Søren's hand is not that great right now. Just having a Dante with not that much defense. Mirrorforce might be surprising, but that's it. So
he has another counter in hand, Dean, so yeah.
Oh, okay. I think it's a Ketenborg as well he has in his hand.
So probably... Oh, did he do the Maxi?
He did the Maxi as well, so he might be seeing on both sides a Maxi getting dropped pretty fast. So I think he has also a Ketenborg in his hand. Dean. So what is he gonna do from here on? Is he gonna just keep the Baboons because they're still... Yeah, some
I mean, there's no reason to go into XYZ at this point. Especially with his own Maxi. He will stop Søren from go any further. Because, yeah, I don't see a way how Søren could potentially OTK through everything.
Yes.
Probably he's thinking about using a second Metal scale to get like another search.
Maybe searching the combination for next turn. So he's still contemplating what to do. Until he has decided what he wants to do, we can see a little bit what Søren is playing in his BA deck. Maybe some interesting text we might see there.
I mean, the deck on its own is already interesting, so
He's playing one Dynamiscus, which is quite neat.
okay, so he passed after thinking.
So he's milling 3 cards. He
Finish
heads-
Rhino
finished
Warrior.
Rhino and lost Wind.
He's probably going to send to Graphia,
Yeah.
and
so
that triggers
that's-
the Maxi of Dean.
I think he will drop the Maxi immediately.
Yeah.
So now he has to think what exactly he wants to special summon with Graph.
Pretty sure he's going for Sir to still destroy both Baobab Moons.
Yeah, and he will be still able to recover himself with the Sir when it's getting destroyed, getting back
Or-
either Dante or Graph.
Well, he could also just wait next turn and not destroy any of them to use Think Reaving when he's going to the rank 3 to try to play around counter or to force Dean to use it not optimal, because now going to attack would trigger counters, getting him the 3 Metal cards and Metal monsters.
So what else does he have in his hand? Do I see Desires there? He's playing Desires. I think it's a Desires that he has.
I mean, I thought there is a grass somewhere. Not sure if it's face down or if it's still in the hand.
So he's going into the battle phase, trying to do some damage here. So the first Power Baboon is probably gonna lose this battle, and I think he will try to activate one or both counters. Because if he just activates one, then he might not opt to attack the second Power Baboon, because you
Yeah.
can't do that much with him. So he's triggering both. So what is he gonna special summon now?
I think 2 level 3
Silvert.
could be alright. Yeah. Like this, he has the Invoker for next turn, or the potential to go into Invoker. However, for CERN, that's actually good. To have a good way to use his Think Rune, which isn't that great otherwise in this matchup.
I think he's gonna kill the Bao Baboon now,
Which is correct,
because it would be better for him when he's using the Silverts as Xyz material, so that you can't reuse them with counter later. So he's passing his turn now. His opponent drew a Mirror Force.
That's interesting.
It's interesting. Usually a Mirror Force was only good against this deck when they had triggered all of their effects in one turn and then tried to attack. And it was a blowout, otherwise it was pretty weak.
I mean, Mirror Force is probably in there because it's kind of good against Palazoics, that trap cards are banished, or to just destroy all the Zoo cards to not let them recover their Xyz with, for example.
I think he's gonna trigger now the Lost Wind in his graveyard to set
And
it.
afterwards, probably the Think Reaving. And then
He's thinking.
And actually, Dean is in pretty bad spot afterwards because he doesn't have that many plays.
Yeah, he
to
can
continue.
just banish the Invoker if he wants to.
I think would be the correct play
Um,
to use it there.
I just don't know what was the other back row that he has. He has one Mirror Force, I think, face down, and the other one.
Uh, or on which side do you mean?
I think Søren has a Mirror Force that he had first turn in his hand that he has set.
I thought there was a Fiend Grieving. Pretty sure. Well, we will see it. So Dean is continuing with his Zodiac combo. I also like that approach of Søren. If he really has the Fiend Grieving to let it go through everything. Um, because normally in Metal you don't have the space to play multiple Zodiac XCs.
So you think he might drop it on the Trident? So because the Trident doesn't matter what he kills, he will trigger anything on his side.
In particular, basically to just like force them out that he doesn't have the opportunity to do any combos afterwards. Because if he would have used Fiend Grieving with Farfa to banish the Invoker, it would be like pretty sad for him if there is a Red Pier or Terror Trap or stuff like that in the hand of Dean. But as we can see, he has the Fusion substitute, or well, the Sheep to get Fusion substitute, a Metal Foe Fusion, either Quick Play or the normal one, and the Mirror Force, and one unknown card.
He's gonna search the Fusion now.
That could be also huge. To let or to use Fiend if he has really Fiend
On the
Grieving.
Norden.
Exactly.
This way, this would be an entire blowout, I think, for him. What is the other spell card Dean has in his hand? Is it? It's Metal Force Fusion, yes. He does not have anything on his extra deck, doesn't he? He has no
doesn't
cards,
look like that,
cards
no.
that he can recycle with Metal Force counter right now. So now he's thinking about doing something, or is he fine? Do we see this fusion substitute now? He's going into the battle phase.
Oh, he has Whiptail in
It's
hand.
Whiptail in hand then.
Okay.
He's fine with the attack. So he's asking, I think, when do you activate it? On an attack declaration? And yeah, there's the Mirror Force. So I'm not quite sure if this is possible the way how he played it, or maybe he was just attaching it directly in the battle phase. That would be possible.
That's actually a good
because
question.
usually Mirror Force, you have to do it in an attack declaration. You
Yeah.
either have to chain it, or you're losing the opportunity to activate it at all. So I think he's targeting now with Trident the Sir or the Dante?
The Dante.
So he's gonna lose now 2 of his Xyz monsters. Now his fusion substitute is doing nothing. And he has lost his Trident, so he will end this turn with a Broadbow and a Mirror Force.
Which isn't that great
That's
at all.
not great at all. So he's in a tight spot now.
I think it's especially interesting as the matchup is normally pretty good for Metal Foe because they can deal consistently with big boards.
Yes. What did he recycle with Dante? Did he put back the Barbar or the Graph?
Pretty sure Graph. I'm not sure, but it wouldn't make sense to take back the Barbar at this point. I mean, we're far away from like a sneaky Barbar win. Okay, so Sir just attacked. Oh, okay, no, he used Silvered. Okay.
So he's destroying the Broadbow to get another scale, another counter. Problem is,
He doesn't have any monsters.
I don't think that Søren will go after any destruction now. which is in his favor because he has a face down mirror force, so he might be able to be fooled here to run into a mirror force. But we know how good the BA monsters are with their floating effects.
Yeah, like Mirror Force does almost nothing against the BA deck.
Especially since most of the good monsters of BA are already limited, so usually you only have like one Sir or one Graph on the field, so they just gonna trigger because we haven't used them before it anyways. So what did he draw?
Looks like he has the grass there in front, and it looks like he have a second spell card in hand now.
Is it a grass? It looked for me like a Twin Twisters.
Yeah, it's possible that he drew the twins because grass is still from the first 5 cards there.
So, oh, he's counting actually. Maybe then it's a grass. So there, I don't know how much the difference is now. That's gonna be interesting for them now.
I'm not sure why they're counting the deck and not just like the cards, yeah, that were played.
I think the tournament was already pretty long for them, so they're just doing it the classical way. So he's going to activate grass, but how much is he able to mill? Oh, the mills are not that great right now. Oh, the last hit was great.
It's already enough value that he gets out there. He's also playing Snow, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure how many.
Is he contemplating for Scar Mill? Yeah, he's already preparing a Scarm there.
Just going to recheck if there isn't a better option. But I think Scarm is alright.
Yeah, he didn't build a tour guide till now, so I don't think that he used any desires right now, so it's not banished, so he wants the tour guide.
Like, ironically, the best BA monster, even though she isn't one of them.
Yeah. So going for Libic.
Seems alright.
I don't think that Dean has anything.
Yeah.
Oh, he has a barrier.
Okay, which
That does not that much, except for stalling him a little bit for the turn. Even if he's gonna kill both with Mirror Force, if he opts to do it, he's still gonna reborn some cards anyways.
Yeah, well,
I think he will get
using
back
Mirror
Graph.
Force there is almost senseless in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because he could like special summon Graph from hand and the Barbar from grave.
Yeah, and he still can do lots of damage.
Yeah.
And still be able to float next turn. So he's thinking now on the attack of Libic to maybe react, but I would just let it go through.
I mean, you could argue that CERN wouldn't be able to getting back the Sir because there's no Dante on the field, so maybe Dean could think about using the Mirror Force. Because Graf and Barbar aren't that big of threats on the field. However, Sir is always a little bit tricky.
So he let the attacks go through. So we won't see any Dantes this turn. Does he play the tuner of the deck as well, the Rubik?
He's playing 2 actually.
Oh yeah, so that would have been a surprising move if he had normal summon the Rubik, because then he would be in this interesting decision spot, like, okay, Synchros or Xyz now?
Yeah.
Because Virgil is also still a great card.
And now we're slowly in a range where Dean has to fear a Nightmare Shark.
It's interesting how like still the BA deck is able to outgrind like one of the grindiest decks in Yu-Gi-Oh, like Metal Foes, which are usually really great at the grind game.
Well, until now, I think the grind game goes in the favor of CERN mainly because Dean was playing more like a Zodiac deck than a Metal Foe deck. And he drew another Mirror Force.
Oh, okay. He's trying now to get some setup with the combination. I wonder what else he has left in his deck for fusions. I think the Full Metal Foes fusion is like one of his last targets, because he had already 3 counters, 1 combination, and a regular fusion already set. So I don't think that he has that many effects left for his Metal Foes. I think he's going for the quick play. Is he not setting anything?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
you
Surin.
you can't just
That's
destroy the card and not set anything. That's not possible. Oh, he has another counter.
Counter. It's alright to set down counter. But now I'm thinking of what Dean wants to do. I mean, if he activates the pendulum scale, he can't pendulum summon anything.
He has nothing on his extra deck right now.
Yeah. Like potentially he should like set down the Bismugear in my opinion. To trigger the counter and having like the full fusion to go potentially into some XYZs.
So he's setting it, as you said.
Yeah.
Nothing else he can do here except for setting the Mirror Force. So then he will have 2 Mirror Forces. So if he needs double destruction, he has it now.
So on certain side we have one face down unknown card and one Lost Wind that he took back. So
Yeah, now he has a lot of options, a lot of rank 3 plays because he has already 2 BAs on the field. He has a Sir which can trigger. He has a Tour Guide in his hand.
and he
So
drew
he
a
has
Dynamistrist, which could get in kinda handy.
So now, let's see, which rank 3 would make the most sense here? Dante again?
Yeah. Always down there.
You
If the situation is really like this, like more or less
oh,
open.
another
to go-
Rhino. He milled like all the 3 Rhinos.
Okay, so I mean, there's not that many scenarios where going not into Dante makes more sense. I mean, Dante is floating around. It has 2,500 attack points. Can advance your game state. Dante's just like an amazing card.
Mm.
And I'm actually a little bit surprised that it's still on 3 here in the TCG.
Yes.
In Japan it's on 1, if I'm not mistaken.
They just don't have the history as we had. We had him
Yeah.
1 year more than they did. It's interesting. He's also playing pure BA. He doesn't have any of the PKs inside of it. No Phantom Knights.
So he uses Skull Cup on one of the unknown face downs,
Okay.
which is like alright.
It's right because it does not destroy, so it's fine. He cannot trigger any other
so
weird
he's
cards. So he's going Beatrice.
Okay, so he's going to summon now Farfa to banish Bismugear and tries to go for game,
Because he
which won't work because of Mirror Force. But Dean is in a horrible spot because you don't want to Mirror Force a Beatrice and the Dante. Like triggering at least 3 effects, and then there is Pilgrim on the field.
Pilgrim is just not targetable, but he's still destructible, so he can destroy the. He will float still. He will give him a draw, I think, but he will be able to destroy twice, which is weird.
I'm not sure. I think he bounced the first Mirror Force.
Did he? Ah, yeah. Okay. Yes, you are right. He has the other Mirror Force in his hand. So
he can use the effect of Libic, the 2 Dantes, and Beatrice. So he has still game on field.
he has. Doesn't he have like double Dante effect? that's a lot of advantage he can create there out of the opponent's Mirror Force.
I mean, on the other hand, Dean was forced to use it because otherwise he would lose because of the damage. So nothing else he could do because now he's going to search Barbar back to the hand.
I would have scooped already on Dean's side because I don't see any way how he can come back from here.
I mean, you can still like hope your opening is flashing some tech cards or something like that, which could be important for him to know for the next game. Because he also knows that this game should be over. Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. Barbar's gonna burn him. So
Søren
it's gonna
Becker takes game 1 with his BA deck, which is kind of surprising, still in my opinion. The grass that milled 5 was enough.
okay, yeah.
I mean, Rhino, never
yeah,
bad.
of course, never bad. But the question is, does Dean have anything to side against Burning Abyss? That's a matchup we usually are not prepared anymore.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, we don't have the list at the moment with us.
Yeah, we only have the list from Saren. So
We'll see for sure the winter cherries because
he has a
he's
Metal
playing the
Force
Mifrilium in the extra
yes.
deck. Ventis Fiend could be, yeah, why not? I mean, going second, maybe Dean isn't prepared to deal with a Ventis Fiend.
I think the Dark Horse
And
might be great, and I think even if he loses this game, he still has double anti-spell and Imperial Order in his side deck for going first in the third game if you
if we see a
opt
third
to do
game,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I also like the idea behind Ventis Fiend because a lot of players are playing right now the regular Mirror Force, and you side them out against Burning Abyss because, to be honest, it doesn't do
It doesn't do anything.
anything. So you have like an out or two or even three outs less to a potential Ventis Fiend. Mm-mm. Anything else to say? I'm not sure about the other matchups. We have them more or less right in front of us.
The feature, the last remaining top 8 players playing,
Exactly.
and I think they're all still playing.
Maybe we could ask some of our guys, Marcel or Valet, to get some information there. Um, yeah. We tried to get in touch with them as soon as possible. I think the players are already pile shuffling, so we could
Yeah,
go
Saren is
back
almost ready.
to game 2.
So what can Metal Foes do on the first turn to hold up, or to be able to compete with BAs? So what do you think Metal Foes can put up first turn against BAs? What do you
I mean,
think?
they can do like the normal combos with the Zodiac, which aren't that bad, with ending with Giant, probably 2 or 3 Pelham Summon monsters, going into a Mithrillium, because Mithrillium is like, it's too big for Dante, it floats around, so it's quite difficult to OTK through a Mithrillium, and the bounce effect is also good because it doesn't trigger Dante.
Yeah. So he has the Terratop in his starting hand.
Probably no Maxi on certain side.
I saw already the Maxi from Dean in the deck, so he doesn't have it in the starting hand. We have Soul Charge, Mirror Force. What else was there? I think I saw Sir in Sern's hand. And one trap. I think it was Fiend Grieving, but it was too quick. I couldn't see it.
Should be a Solemn Strike if I was not mistaken.
So we have a Fusion Substitute in the hand from Dean, a Taketenborg, of course, that he has searched. His Tour Guide in his hand as well. Okay. Seeing maybe double rank freeze here.
He's probably going into like Totem Bird and doing the normal combo next to it.
So seeing Tour Guide on both sides. Oh, they're going for Sangan.
Okay, that's interesting.
That's classical.
So he destroys Sangan with full frame, setting probably a counter and searching the Maxi.
Yeah, but he can't use it this turn. This is the only drawback that Sangan has, and it's once per turn now. So this is the errata that we had with him. Interesting. So this is also an interesting way to just get Maxi to the hand on the first turn, which is great against ABC because usually they don't have that many inherent special summons except for like Beatrice.
Yeah, against PA, yeah.
Because you're usually able to benefit of the Maxi all the time against them.
I mean, that could be already enough, depending on the hand of Dean. If he's able to do like a big combo, drawing more monsters, to put his opponent on this one turn clock where he even has to do something through a Maxi. I like that with Sangan, to be honest. I mean,
We haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
He's banned since, I think, 2013, I think? Or 2012? Somewhere around there.
Something like that, yeah. I think the errata is alright. Like sometimes it's a little bit sad. Why not just printing like a new card that is doing the stuff the errata would do?
Yeah.
Um, However, it's also cool to play the old cards like Sangan, Imperial Order, Future Fusion. So
I
he search Draconia.
Draconia, yes.
Is alright because he has already Fusion Substitute in hand.
So he's going for the play now with Invoker.
10 minutes left in the round. So he probably goes there for Emerald, and afterwards going to summon Trident over Rat Pier.
So he's going to recycle some cards.
The extra cards to get just a draw from the deck.
Yeah, not even shuffling back anything and getting a spell card.
Looks like a Twin Twister.
Yes, it's Twin Twisters.
And getting a second draw of Fusion Substitute.
Which is going to be used now to draw. Is it Luster Pendulum?
It's possible. At least it's a pendulum monster, that for sure.
Yeah, it's Luster Pendulum.
Okay, that's actually pretty good.
He can get
for
another
him.
Wolf Flame if he wants.
Exactly, then popping the Luster Pendulum, activating the Draconia, and get a pendulum summon of Luster and Warframe.
So he's just trying to Luster as well. I don't know what he can do with Luster that much. Does he want to go first turn Ignister?
I mean, Luster on the field is still, it's kind of big, it's a pendulum monster, and with counter, I mean, Cern has to do something at some point, and it's just like another body to deal with. Because like we see now, that's normally how the Metal Foe against BA matchup goes, where Metal Foe is setting up a lot of monsters, and BA normally just wins by OTK them somehow because the resource game isn't winnable. Okay, yeah,
What
I
exactly?
think we have to send someone.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's already saying Luster Pendulum can only used for Draco Slayer monsters.
exactly.
As Xyz, Fusion, Synchro, or even Ritual material.
And the only one we know
Uh,
should use two pendulum monsters.
Yeah, that would be Magister. And yeah, I don't think that he's playing it, although it would make sense because it's a Pendulum deck. Usually you're not playing Magister because he's kind of slow. The Metal Foes are doing more of it on its own. So yeah.
So he has to maxi two spell cards, probably two Twin Twisters, not sure on that. So it looks pretty good for Dean.
If he top decks a Dark Hole, that would be pretty interesting.
He already used, yeah.
Yeah, he used the Wolf Flame already to destroy the Luster Pendulum. So.
Okay, so Cern is is really aware of what is happening on the inside.
Yes, he's counting every step that Dean is doing, because Dean's turn was pretty long as well, pretty extensive.
So Dean has indeed two Twin Twisters.
So okay, the back row will be not a matter, which Cern has. So he needs some board wipes here, I think.
And what does he have? Rubik.
Oh, it's Rubik.
Sir, Scarm, Soul Charge, Strike, and the Mirror Force.
And the new card is, what is this? Retaliating?
Scarm.
Scarm?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scarm. Ooh. I would say let's just scoop and let's go to game 3 with those nice side deck cards.
I mean, what could he do now? Like special summoning Rubik to force Maxi.
Yeah, and then I don't know what I would do from this.
Probably
point
setting face down. Well, I actually would summon it in attack position. Try to force the Trident.
He can still do it with Scarm.
Yeah, the thing is now, Trident can just destroy Scarm and Rubik won't do anything in defense there. If he would have attacked with Rubik, Team would have been forced to use Trident on Rubik. So Cern could set face down even the Scarm, not leaving it in an attack position.
Now he's
But I think
thinking.
the game it will be over because
He's still destroying the Rubik instead.
okay. I mean, he doesn't have like an interruption play for a Virgil, but
That's
still,
true.
we're talking about 2 auto draws for Dean, which he would have got.
So he's activating Sir to special summon. Now he's going into the Maxi. I think he drew a Metal Pulse combination.
Ah, that's possible. So
Going for Dante. Drawing a
Summoner's Art.
Summoner's Art.
Going to mill 3.
Milling. Nothing great here.
Yeah, the game will be over as soon as he sets face down 2 cards
Yeah.
and getting hit by
Twin Twisters.
Yeah, especially now when Dante is attacking, like Mirror Force makes sense actually at this point because Sir already used his effect. Dante can just like recover something.
I think he feels already pretty great with the Metal Force counter and the Twin Twisters face down. He feels so comfortable. Oh, double. Triggering both of them directly. Is he gonna go for 2 level 4s? Yes.
Looks like that. Could potentially play Dweller in the extra deck, not sure on that. And now he's going to set face down 2 cards.
Yeah, now he's gonna get the surprise. I think he's gonna set everything and he's gonna get blow out by everything.
Even if he sets everything, I would actually use Indeed's position like both Twin Twisters to just clear all 3 cards.
No,
But with 2,
yeah, in the end phase, this game is gonna be sealed. Especially if he's playing Dweller.
Yeah.
I think now he should just
no reason
scoop.
to play. Yeah. Okay, so we go into game 3 between Dean and Søren. Well, for what do we see for Søren?
For Søren, we definitely have anti-spell fragrance and Imperial Orders, which definitely will come in because they're pretty great against Pendulum decks in general. I'm not sure with the Ghost Reaper because usually you're siding it when you're going second, because usually you have a board and then you can't use it to stop the Mythelium. Vanity's Fiend would be actually also a pretty interesting move, getting it out first turn against Metal Foes.
Well, the question is, if Metal Foes knows that they have to go second, they normally side in some board wipes. So maybe not that great of a choice.
But it might be interesting having Vanity's Fiend plus one of the other floodgates like Anti-Spell or Imperial Order, because this would eliminate all the board wipes directly. So let's see. But playing a 60-card deck, it's usually difficult to get your to your side deck cards pretty fast.
Absolutely. I'm actually curious if Dean is playing any other hand traps or something next to Maxi, because we didn't saw anything else.
Flying Sea would be a great option, I think.
If he's playing it.
A really good side deck card against BA still.
And as you can see in the background, we have our top 8 bracket. Still trying to get some information there.
I think they're still playing.
Yeah.
They're still playing.
We can see them from here.
All 6 players are still on the tables and playing.
So yeah, I think we could go back to the game.
And see if they're already ready or still siding.
Probably still siding. But
so I would think that BA is going to start now and try to get one of those floodgates, hoping that the opponent does not have the Twin Twisters or the MC, or potentially even starting with multiples like Anti-Spell plus Imperial Order to have it backed up by the Imperial Order, which would be entirely blowout.
Would be huge. It will be interesting for sure. I mean, for BA, it's kind of difficult to like grind with only monsters against Pendulum decks in general. Because of the opportunity of the Pendulum decks to like summoning everything again and again. Well,
he's already playing Dimensional Barriers, Solemn Strikes already in the main deck. He's not playing a Warning, but those cards, especially Strike on a Pendulum Summon, can be huge as well, or stopping the Zoo combo somewhere in between.
I mean, we see now a little bit the problem that Pendulum decks have in general, also Metal Foe, and going second against back row is always like kind of risky. What do you want to Pendulum Summon? Because there's always the opportunity that they have a strike face down. Yeah, could be interesting. And as you see, we're just 1 minute away from the timeout.
So I think Barba might make some nice moves here. Maybe it's going to be interesting to see it. We have a Book of Moon, Libic, Snow, and Maxi in the starting hand.
Is it Maxi? It is.
It is Maxi.
Okay.
So he has 2 BAs, doesn't he? He has Rubik and Libic, I think.
And we see, I think, a Twin Twister on the inside.
Which is
Which-
doing nothing right now because he doesn't have any back row. He has only
Yes, the
max
Book
left.
of Moon.
Yeah, the Book of
But
Moon is it's fine.
there's no reason to like
Oh,
using
okay.
it on a,
Milling
okay.
the tour guide.
Is that for him?
So
So he will probably set down, yeah, Fairytale Snow, setting Book of Moon. Not that a big start for Zern.
yeah, the Maxi is an interesting factor. We have to see what Dean is gonna do against the Maxi. Is he gonna go in or give him another turn?
I'm probably going to give another turn. I mean, if he gets him one draw, Titante can't really revive anything too special.
Did I see Jaugen right now in Dean's hand?
That's
He has
possible.
a Jaugen, a Spiritualist in his hand. Wow, that's an interesting spicy tag here. I think you can pendulum summon the Jaugen.
Still not sure how effective this would be
It's
because
still
the stats aren't that great, and normally you won't have afterwards like any protection in form of Trident.
Uh.
So we'll see.
He's thinking about the Twin Twisters activating, I think. Now we are in a timeout.
So it's turn 1 of 4 in this
So
case.
he's using the Twin Twisters to assure his place, discarding the
Yeah.
other Twin Twisters. Okay. So he's sure that the opponent will not draw any floodgates anymore to stop him.
Actually curious
It's
what
risky.
I'm also I don't like I'm not sure about the play. I mean we have like one silvered in hand for sure.
He's gonna book the Dante.
Mm,
Why?
not sure. Just thinking about what could be the reason. I mean, like this, you're basically telling your opponent, if he already knows that there is no BA monster face down on certain side, otherwise there would be a Beatrice on the field and
Yes.
not the Dante. Not sure what he tries to prevent. Maybe Trident popping it.
That might be actually true. But still, the Trident can run over him or crash into him with a Whiptail to banish him, which would be still a really pretty bad play because we would take like 1,300 damage for this.
Well, it's not bad to play, but
But during
in
timeout,
time it's like a difficult
difficult.
decision. I would say it like that.
Yeah.
So we
So
see the full fusion.
directly activated from hand. So he's gonna chain the Maxi, obviously, and now he's gonna draw one card.
Yep.
I think he's gonna go for Mephrilium here.
I'm actually not sure. Well, he can bounce the Dante,
Does
which
he?
is alright.
He's used so many cards right now. He just has one card left.
He has
that one
just Shogun
Mephrilium.
left in hand.
Yeah. I think he's trying to get the Jaugen normal summoned on the board to seal the deal. The problem is he has the snow. I think he cannot run over it with Jaugen, and he won't summon it as well.
Summoning Shogun is really dangerous at this point. I mean,
He can do it because he still has the battle phase running over with Mephrilium.
but I think he should know at this point, yeah, that his opponent doesn't have a BA monster face down. So, what could it be? What could Dean potentially see there? I mean, it could be like a patchy Cephalosaurus or something like that. For example, then Chung would be more or less horrible because Michelin couldn't trigger
I
afterwards.
think he's thinking about using it or not in main phase 2 to reveal or not reveal that he's playing it. So
Well, I think at this point it doesn't matter anymore because they're in time.
so he's normal summoning it, so Snow can't react to it because it's a continuous effect.
Okay.
Now he has to read it, of course. He hasn't seen it for a long time. I wonder what he drew with Maxi. What card does he have in his hand?
Would be important to know. I mean,
Because he will go into
it
this
looks
turn
actually
with 2 cards.
great for CERN because afterwards Dean has just like one
He has
turn left.
Desires, I think double desires he has, doesn't he?
Dean just needs one monster probably to seal the
He
deal.
has double
Actually,
desires in his hand. Wow.
if he draws a monster, he could destroy the Dragon and has a Fairy Tale Snow alive in the graveyard.
for the Mephrilium. They're talking about the turns, I think. How many are left? He
Okay.
draws 2 monsters, I think.
At least one is necessary to like do something
Yeah,
at this point.
I think it's a Scarm and something else.
Kalka, Farfa.
Farfa.
That's
And
actually also huge because you can just like summoning Farfa, summoning back the Fairy Tail Snow afterwards at some point.
the Scarm plus Farfa. Great. So he can run over Jaugen, and now he can do almost anything he wants.
He just like can go into another Dante with a Farfa next to it, under it.
is
So it looks pretty bad for Dean now because it's timeout. Well, I think even if it wouldn't be timeout, it doesn't look that great for Dean.
Let's see what the mills will be. Vanity's. Oh, double Vanity's Fiend. Good that he hasn't drawn double Vanity's Fiend. That would be not that great. So he actually sided them. Question is, so what is he gonna do with Snow? Is he gonna wait?
Oh yeah, sure.
What he's gonna do
I
in
mean,
his turn?
he just has to interrupt Dean or prevent him from dealing any damage. And Snow is like the perfect card to do
Perfect, yeah.
so.
Playing some mind games with the set desires there as well. And having the Barber in his hand is always pretty good, because in time he's usually the one deciding factor.
Especially as Turga is already in grave, so there's like no real reason to take anything.
Yeah.
And he drews a counter, like
Wow,
okay.
so
The draws of Dean weren't that great in this game 3. Don't see how he wants to get back into it.
it's amazing to see how great BA is still performing right now. I feel
If I'm not mistaken, it's Dean's last turn, so he needs to deal some damage.
it depends how they are counting. If they're counting till 5, then should he have, I think he still has 1.
They should count to 4 as in Top Cut there are just 3 extra turns. And they start with a 1.
Okay.
So yeah, he has to deal some damage, and I think there's no way. I mean, yeah, he can't use Metrulium effect because he just have a Gold Driver in graveyard.
They both
Yeah.
have the same attack and defensive value,
That's
so
it.
wow,
So
BA
Søren
taking the cake here.
going to the top 4 with his 60 card BA deck. Do we see another BA winning the tournament after last year's performance of Marvin Schmidt
Gonna
with
be
his
interesting.
Burning Abyss Phantom Knights?
Let's see what he will have to tell us maybe after this round, because this is an interesting deck.
Absolutely. So we're going to try to get Søren for a short interview, so stay tuned, guys. are back with Søren Becker, who won our top 8 feature match. So first of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
What was your decision to play Burning Abyss?
Uh, I would like to play Lightsworn, but my friend had the Minerva, so I couldn't afford some cards for the deck. So I played one of the most consistent decks, which can float and play around cards like Barrier easily. And yeah, it
So
works fine.
goes pretty well until here. You're now in the top 4. What is your hardest matchup with Burning Abyss?
60 card Infernoid, because my grass is dead and they can banish my cards from the graveyard, so my resources are gone always. So it's very hard.
And how about the Paleozoic matchup? I think that's one of the the most dangerous for most of the decks, the 60 card Paleozoic
I
deck.
didn't play against the Paleozoic this tournament,
Okay,
so I don't know.
okay. So do you have like any shoutouts or anyone you want to greet here?
Yes, for Tom Feargood.
Okay,
He lent me all the cards, so great shout out.
okay. So he's the guy that was playing the Minerva in
Yes,
this case.
correctly.
Okay.
And he was tab 8.
I think yeah he lost this round if I'm not mistaken against Yosha
Exactly.
Osters.
Correctly.
Okay, so that's it. So thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
the short interview, and we're going to be back afterwards. Just maybe we know some results, so we will have in the top 4 Joscha Schmidt against Joscha Osters again. So yeah, we will be back soon with the top 4. Or do we have anything else here? Not sure. Yeah. Maybe just Søren in general, like the tournament. We have some time left. Always cool.
Yes.
How about the tournament? What are your impressions?
I think it's a great location, very modern, and it's not that central because I'm from Dresden
Okay.
and it's a long way to go here. So it could be better in middle of Germany.
Okay. So we will take note of that for the future events. So I think now it is time to go into a short break, and we will be back as soon as possible with the top 4.